I completely live in the end of all of my desires already having been manifested. I do not worry whatsoever. I do not fear whatsoever because all of my desires already manifested. Why would I worry and why would I fear if all of my desires already manifested? And I know for a fact, and I'm very certain and trust that everything always works in my favor. Everything always works in my favor. Everything always works out for me. The world is rigged to work completely in my favor. My reality is rigged to work completely in my favor. I am the God of my reality, and circumstances and time doesn't exist. Circumstances and time don't exist. I can have whatever I want. Anything is possible, and I decide to take control of my own reality and my own manifestation power. I trust in my power to manifest literally anything. I am free from limited mindsets. I'm free from limiting beliefs. I'm free from fear and doubt and worry because I wouldn't be fearing and I wouldn't be doubting if everything worked in my favor. If everything's working in my favor, why would I have any sort of reason to worry? I don't have any sort of reason to worry. So I completely let go of that. I completely let go of fear and worry because I trust in my own manifestation power. I trust that I can have whatever I want regardless of anything. And I take control of my reality. I grab my reality by the balls, okay? I grab my reality by the balls and I decide everything works in my favor. I'm the God of my reality and I have decided that everything works in my favor. So there's no doubting, there's no fear. It's just knowing that everything works in my favor. Like, I just know that everything works in my favor. Every single day, every single second, I am trusting and knowing and am certain that everything works in my favor and everything works out for me. And everything always works out for me. Everything already worked out for me. Everything already worked out for me. That's why I don't have to stress about anything because everything already worked out for me and all my desires already manifested. And I am living in the end of all my desires already having been manifested. And it's so easy for me to live in the end of all my desires already having been manifested. It's so easy for me to disregard any sort of reality, circumstances, or time because I know that my manifestation power is greater than anything. I know that my manifestation power is greater than the 3D. It's greater than the physical. I don't have to worry about the 3D or the physical because my manifestation power is so powerful. I can manifest literally anything. And time doesn't exist. Circumstances don't exist. I can have anything regardless of anything. I could switch it up right now. Anything can just be switched up right now. And I completely surrender any fear or worry because all my desires already manifested and I know that everything already always works out for me. So I just allow myself to enjoy my life knowing and trusting that everything already always works out for me and trusting that this world works completely in my favor rather than against me. The world never works against me. It only works in my favor. It only works for me. Okay, the way reality goes, it only goes in my favor. It only goes in that direction of what is in my favor. It never, ever, ever goes against me. So I never have to worry about that because everything really, truly does go in my favor. And I'm so happy knowing that. And I'm so happy living in the end of that. So yeah, anything I don't want happening has been completely taken off of the table. It's not possible for anything that I don't want to happen. It's already been taken off the table, you know, like it's not a possibility for anything that I do not want to happen. It's already been taken off the table. It's already been deemed impossible. The only possible outcome is everything working in my favor. That is the only possible outcome. That is the only way that things are going to work out. Anything else is not a possibility, and anything else has been completely taken off of the table, has been completely taken out of question. It's not a possibility. Anything I don't want happening, it's not a possibility. It's been completely erased from it ever being a possibility. The only possible outcome is everything working in my favor, everything working out for me getting everything I want. Me getting everything I want is the only possible outcome. It's the only outcome, and it is the only possible outcome. Everything else, impossible. Everything else completely taken off of the table, completely taken out of the question. So yeah, that's the only way anything goes in my reality. So that's why I don't have to stress. That's why I don't have to fear, because I know that the only possibility, the only way that my reality can go, and the only way I have decided it to go is completely in my favor. And I have decided that basically anything else is not possible. I have decided that anything else is not possible. And that is why I am completely free of any stress. And that is why I'm completely calm and centered and grounded right now in the knowing that the only possible outcome is my desire. The only possible outcome is everything going in my favor. The only possible outcome is completely in my favor. Any other outcome is not even a possibility. So yeah, everything only goes completely in my favor. I have already decided the outcome, and that's what the outcome is gonna be. There's no other potential timeline. There's no other potential timeline. And I am not gonna let anything or anyone or any other reality decide what my outcome is. I decide my outcome. I am the one who decides how things get to go. I am the one who decides how things end up. So I have already made that decision, and I'm going to trust that decision, and I'm going to trust my God manifestation power to make that decision, and for that decision to just be truth, to just be law, that everything works in my favor. And I'm just going to trust my manifestation power in making that decision. And by making that decision, there's no other possibility. There's no other potential timeline. There's no potential of things not going in my favor. There's no other potential of anything. Only the potential of things going in my favor. And not even just potential. Everything already always goes in my favor. Everything always goes in my favor already. And I am already living in the end of everything going in my favor. And it's so easy for me to live in the end because I know that I'm the God of my reality. And I know that I have already decided that everything already goes in my favor. And that's all that is needed. The decision that everything goes in my favor. I have decided that everything goes in my favor. Therefore, everything goes in my favor. There's no other possibility. Everything else has been taken completely off of the table, has been completely taken out of the question, has been completely taken out of being a possibility, of being a potential. So there's no other potential timeline. There's no undesired timeline. Those don't exist. Any timeline that I do not desire does not exist. Only my desired timeline. And that is what I have decided. And I have the power to decide that. That is why I do not fear. That is why I do not doubt, especially I do not doubt that everything works in my favor. I do not doubt my desired outcome happening. It's guaranteed to happen. My desired outcome is always guaranteed to happen. Everything always working in my favor is guaranteed to happen. So I do not stress about any other quote-unquote potential timelines. I do not stress about any other potential outcomes because I have already decided the outcome. I've already decided the outcome, and that is the outcome I am sticking to, and that is the outcome I am rooting myself in. That is the outcome I am grounding myself in. That is the outcome I am choosing to believe and trust and stick by full-heartedly with my entire being. There is no wavering. There is no doubting whether it's going to happen. It happened. It already happened. Okay, there's no doubting because it's impossible for anything not in my favor to happen. Any other timeline is impossible. The only timeline is my desired timeline. So there's no doubting, there's no fearing because the only possible timeline is my desired timeline. Because I have decided it and I am living in the end of that timeline and I am fully, completely, unwaveringly living in the end of that timeline. Because I can decide and I always have the power to decide that. And I am so firm in that decision. I am so unwavering in that decision. I am so strong and powerfully standing in what I want, in my desired timeline, in my desired ending, in living in my desired ending. I am strongly and firmly standing in that. And nothing at all, nothing whatsoever can waver me to any other possibility because I am strongly and firmly standing in the end of my desired story, period.